Hello, welcome back to S'mores podcast here with the gang today. We're going to start off with our introductions, starting over there.
Hey, it's Lauren, aka L Dog.
Oh my god. Sorry. Hello, it's Killer Kyle.
It's Bentley, y'all know.
Contrary to popular belief, Slick Rick.
Pretty
Always
Ricky.
Pretty Ricky.
fighting the good fight.
And I was informed today, my new intro, Isabel, just here to have a good time, Kranza. Of the last podcast.
And I am Jigga J, and guys, I am your MC today, so let's get it. Oh, last week, we basically just did an update on live. That's really what that podcast was. So make sure you watch that and, enjoy it too. Soak it in. Think about your life and what you want to change. You feel me? No, I'm just kidding. So today, the topic is... Can we get a drum roll or something?
I almost did it with the mic.
That was so bad. Relationships. So we're going to be... I'm going to be asking questions about relationships since I'm the MC.
Don't start with me, please.
And
It was
no,
bad
I won't
last
start with you.
So we're starting
Thank
with
you.
Isabel.
No.
Every question
Thank
for
you
every
for
podcast
volunteering.
ever.
See, I don't know why, but our campfire looks a little dull. It's really random.
Well, that's the backside.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. I think it might be dying a little bit, but we're not dying. We're
He's fine.
living.
What's his name?
Up
Henry?
that AA battery.
We don't name it.
You want to name the flame.
Name the
Name
flame.
the
He's our
flame.
His
mascot.
name is name.
Oh my God, guys!
His name
It's a flame, and we're talking about relationships.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Who's your twin flame? That's a new podcast.
Anyways,
It has two flames in it too. Look at that.
Dude, Kaylee and I, golden pair out here. Hey.
imagine not being the host and talking, because that's crazy.
I'm
Yeah. Anyways,
sorry.
just kidding. You guys
Leave
can talk.
that in,
You're
please.
allowed to talk. Our first, we're gonna go around and we're gonna ask each other. Well, I'm gonna ask you questions, and you're gonna answer them. Okay. All right.
Against our will.
Now I am not doing it.
So the first question is, what makes someone attractive/unattractive? Unattractive. I'm gonna re-say that because I don't like that I said unattractive.
That's whack.
What makes someone, Bentley?
Sorry.
About to have a timeout corner in this piece. What makes someone attractive or unattractive? Okay, since no one volunteered to go first, I guess I will go first. What I think makes someone attractive. Let's start there first. Hair.
Why that sound so creepy?
Hair. When I see them eyes, man, I just woo. Eyes. No, I'm just kidding. I think, having a funny personality. I'm gonna be bad and say a little bit mean. That is really bad. I know. So, having a good personality, I love that. Having that confidence, that just flows. I do like they are really good, really attractive.
Please cut that up.
Are we putting them preferences in?
But to me, what makes you attractive is your heart. 'Cause and then I'm gonna say what makes someone unattractive. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't attract to nice people. It's really bad.
Isn't that something?
Like too nice people, that's unattractive to me. I don't know if it's just a problem or I don't know, but that and messy people will like people whose whole being is just messy.
You mean like messy as in like drama?
Yeah.
Kind of messy?
I don't like drama. Well, I also don't like messy, but like drama. Well, I'm talking more about like the personality. Like, I don't like drama-filled people. I can go fake drama. We can fake argue all day for real. But once it turns real, I'm like, whoa, you there, partner. Don't be going real argument with me. But yeah, that's really what makes someone unattractive. But really, what attracts me to you is money. So, no, I'm just joking. I'm joking. So that's what I have for now. We're going to listen to everybody else, and then I'm going to change my answer. So let's start. Let's start with whoever wants to go first.
Kaylee never goes first.
I just got an adrenaline rush. You don't understand.
What Kaylee attracts to is Ricky. I mean,
Dang, bro.
Sorry.
That's just wrong.
Exposing people. You expose them in the vlog. Never mind.
sorry guys.
Sorry, guys.
What unattracts Kaylee is people who are opposite of Ricky. Okay, who's next?
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Okay, you can go.
I'll try. I'll do
Okay.
my best. I don't know, bro. Usually when I think of attractive, I think of your soul.
I feel
What's truly inside of you, how you are as a person. Like, honestly, to me, I don't feel like I need that much. It's just like, if you're loyal and honest, and that's basically like,
yeah, truthful too. Like I said,
Yeah.
changing my answer. Yeah, honesty is a good one. Hate liars.
Oh my goodness. What's unattractive?
lies, lies, dishonesty, and I don't even know the first. What is the first thing
It's
I
like
said?
the antonyms to the words you said.
Yeah. I said loyal and honest, disloyal and dishonest.
Yeah. There you go.
And serial killers.
Yeah, I don't like serial killers. Never been attracted to those.
Hard to hard to get along with, you know.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Might have
Like
to
it might end in
watch it on
tragedy.
Netflix.
Long enough to.
No, but unattractive, I don't know. Like if you're a complete a-hole for no reason.
Like the dude in the store.
Oh yeah, sure. Like that dude in the store.
Story time later.
I'll see you someday again.
We don't do revenge after
And
kids.
And I better be there this time.
Oh my god, we're going to
It's
prison.
going down.
We're going to prison. You going to prison?
Is that your answer?
I think so. That's all I got right now.
The next person we're gonna go to is Lauren.
Okay. Well, what I find attractive is like a lot of what Kaylee said, like just good attributes to have. But I think it's really a mix of all the attributes because I actually want to address the nice guy situation, like why nice guys finish last. The reason, in my opinion, about why girls say, well, oh, he's nice, is because that's the overarching trait. Like, there's nothing else
It's
there.
just nice,
Like,
yeah.
you can, like, say, oh, he's funny, or, oh, he's ambitious, or, like, stuff like that. But nice is just, like, the cover word for I don't know who you are sort of thing. Like, you're just nice. And we don't know anything about you. And if you know anything about girls, it's that we want to know. So, yeah, I just, I think that's the big nice guy argument. I guess there are physical traits that I'm attracted to because you can look at somebody and be like, I'm not attracted to you, and then think, oh, he's cute. I just don't know exactly what those are, to be honest. I think everybody has like a physical preference, whatever anybody says. I just think it's enhanced by your character as well, sort of thing. So what am I attracted to? Good people. There we go.
Why you trying to?
She is a liar. I'm just saying. Sorry.
Next podcast, what is good? What is good?
Lauren is a liar.
Why am I a liar?
She's not attracted to good people.
Oh my god. Jenny.
So
Why you bringing it out?
She's lying.
Wrong.
Why you digging through the closet
Anyway,
right
because
now?
I'm the host.
if you are he who cannot be named
digging
from
through the closet, you ain't
Oregon
going to Narnia?
and we go up there, it's going
Isabel,
down.
we don't do that. We don't do
I didn't say his name.
that. But you bringing up stuff that don't need to be brought up.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring
It's
it.
a
We ain't bringing up your past relationships.
We
We're not
exposing
bringing
her.
none
We
of
ain't bringing
that.
up your past relationships, okay?
This is wrong. Okay, all in all, Lauren is attracted to good people. Moving on.
Okay, and I'm unattracted to bad people. There we go. Boom.
Okay.
This is so nice when you do it like this. Just name 2 traits that are opposing. Fantastic. We can answer every question.
Just name one trait and flip it. You have good and bad.
All right, let's go with Tinley over here.
I don't know who the hell you're talking
Tinley.
about. No, I'm playing, but
I know you're playing, buddy.
attraction. I don't know. I do know. That's a lie.
We got a whole bunch of liars in here today.
This guy.
It's the Lion Club today.
Can you stop yelling?
Lion s'mores. Lion s'mores.
See where you.
Lying s'mores.
Sade, please. I
Lying
beg of you.
s'mores. Y'all is
Yes.
No, it's not moving. It's a constant red.
bro. Y'all are all liars. Anyway, continue.
But honestly, I don't really have a preference physically. Like tall, short, none of that usually matters. I like nice people. Like not in the way like Lauren was talking, where it's like the only trait, but like kindness that hits like hard for me. Mainly because like my mom's nice.
Yeah, your mom is really nice. What
So
a
like,
goddess,
it's
bro.
like I have a nice mom, so of course like I like seeing I like nice girls. That sounded kind of weird.
God.
Like,
She was very polite. I had to say
Yeah.
it one time I met her. She's very polite.
yeah, so like
Yeah, she's really nice.
with that, like on the contrary, I get confused when I see like a really attractive girl and she's mad at me. I'm like, damn, like what's up with all the hate?
It sounds like if
If you're pretty, you have to be
You have
nice.
to be
That
ugly
sounds
if
fucked
you're
up, yeah.
mean.
But like it's like, damn, you mean as hell. What is your problem? But number one, like I would say, trait I like is sense of humor, just because I like making people laugh. So if I can't make you laugh, it's a struggle. I'm like, damn. You telling jokes now?
Continue.
But that's basically me. If you laugh and you're nice, you got me.
Yeah.
That's-
101 rules on how to get Bentley to date you. Be a bait. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Bentley. Anyways,
hearing
what's
noises.
unattractive? Yeah, I heard that too.
It's Rachel.
Oh, she's back on. Okay, what's? Dang, I didn't realize that the AC is that loud.
Yeah.
Okay, Bentley, what is unattractive to you?
So of course, opposite of nice, mean, and then
Everybody goes the opposite way.
and like unnecessary drama, like you said. I'm a very simple person, so if you come at me with a lot of complexity, I guess that sounds wrong.
Maybe like
Complexity.
Look, you need to be
the-
simple
like-
and basic.
Yeah, like you ain't gotta be basic, but like to me, things aren't as hard as they should be, or like other people seem it. Yeah, you can say it like that. Come, like we don't have to, I guess, fight about this or that if we can talk it out and like handle it. Like things can be easier than what they seem. I'm trying to figure that out, so
Okay.
I don't like the unnecessary arguments and stuff.
All right,
We're quiet.
big man Rick. What is attractive, Kaylee, to you?
I hate you, Johnny.
Sorry, hate is a strong word. Love only in this part.
I think you got like Lauren touched on it, but you got like the physical attraction, and then you got like the emotional attraction. Like I think initially, without meeting anybody, everybody's attracted physically. But then like the reason why, I guess like the reason why you want to date them more is because you understand them more, like kind of like figuring out if they're ambitious and stuff like that, or oh, hi there. But yeah, like stuff like that. So I mean, like physically, it's subjective. Everybody has their own thing. But I think the thing that's most important in a relationship is what attracts you emotionally, to stick with that person. So, I think every human being wants like trust and loyalty. So like, I think that's pretty cool. Honesty is pretty cool too.
Hey, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you are. No. I don't know. I think the biggest thing is just like just honesty. I think honesty is really cool. Just like let it out so I understand. So like it is what it is. I think the thing that sucks is that would be unattractive is the unnecessary drama. So it's like it doesn't need to be that big of a deal. And maybe like you call it disloyal? Is that it? Yeah, something like that. Kind of like disloyal, kind of like hey man, like I counted you and stabbed me in the back. That kind of thing's like that sucks. And it doesn't have to be in a relationship because you see that person treat everybody like that. So you'd see it way before you're in with them. Like that guy kind of doesn't take care of his own people. That makes sense. Or the people he's with. So yeah, I'd say that's the attractive and unattractive part.
All right, big man Rickster. You could have just said Kaylee's attractive. Anybody who's not Kaylee unattractive. Anyway,
Excuse me while I melt into the floor and leave it on. Hold on, cough break. I'm back.
The hardest cough possible.
I had to get it the first time.
I like that you stopped yourself from coughing to go cough break and then did it.
It was like the split second, like it's coming.
You should have the Steph Curry.
Oh my god, yeah, that's my favorite.
all right, guys. Now,
Isabel.
Lauren.
Dang, you just stole Jade's
Who
thunder.
is the
All of the
host?
lights.
No, I'm just kidding, Lauren. Anyways, agreeing with Lauren, it's the woman, Isabel. Love.
No.
Let's go.
Okay. So, for me, what is attractive?
She had all of us to think.
So, obviously, the basic stuff. You gotta be a good person. Don't be an a-hole for no unnecessary reason. But yeah, I guess nice, being funny, good communication. No one has said communication yet, I don't think. Has anybody said
We all
communication?
felt it, you know.
We all felt it.
Honesty,
Yeah.
Agree.
communication.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think
if
those are just
you-
givens.
If you can't talk to me, this ain't gonna work out. Because my brain be going 1,000 miles a minute. We can't talk it out. It's going downhill.
Going downhill.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
So that- Also, I think not on the same, I guess, meaning as Jade. But like, yeah, if you're like, not necessarily saying I want you to be mean, but like if you're too nice and like you don't have your own opinions about something and you just kind of
Yeah.
like,
No, that we on the same wavelength. 'Cause
yeah,
I
like,
don't like that.
yeah, because it's just like
Like,
you don't
Mr.
say
agree
anything.
with everything.
Yeah, I'm like, I need you to have an opinion about something, because then I feel like I'm pushing all of my ideals and stuff onto you, and I don't like that feeling. So it's like, mother trucker, don't say nothing. But yeah, for what I dislike, you going along with everything.
Oh, it's so easy. It's so great.
It's like trying to think of something else that ain't coming up. So I guess what I dislike. I guess, yeah, like unnecessary drama. Like, if that's the number one thing that I hate about really any kind of person, is drama. If you like drama and are always causing drama, don't be around me. The amount of friends I have dropped because of drama, ridiculous. I'm like, I can't be doing this, guys. What just happened? So yeah, so drama I don't like. Again, with the dishonesty or disloyal. Is disloyal a word? Disloyal, yeah.
That's a word.
Disloyalty sounds funny though.
Yeah.
We've
That seems like a
sounds so
step
much
past
betrayal.
it, though. You know what I mean?
It's just like
Backstabber.
we've said the word so much today. It just sounds wrong. It doesn't sound like a word anymore.
This is the
Yeah. So I think just, yeah, like the main things that would make you a terrible person. Yeah, that's what I would not like. Physically, I mean, yeah, what Lauren said, like of course you find people attractive. Like you can't say like you don't have like a certain type. But I guess I don't know what my type would be. I think mine's more personality based because I can find you cute, yeah. But if I want to pursue anything, gotta have a good personality.
I agree.
And I would say, even though I'm usually pretty open about any like physical traits, there are usually exceptions. Like if there's someone that you don't exactly find attractive, if they're cool enough, it's like you would consider because of like how cool they are as a person or whatever.
Definitely emotional overrides physical.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that everybody, whether they like it or not, can say, "Oh, I find them cute," or "Oh, they're not that cute," sort of thing. Like in their own personal preference. I don't think anybody in the world doesn't do that, no matter what they
I
say.
think it's instincts. I mean, you don't know anything. All you can do is but what your eyes see.
Yeah.
So yeah, that looks
Unless
nice.
they're,
Over
blind.
there.
Well, then you can't say they're cute or anything because you're blind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could be like, your
It's all
personality is
Yeah.
adorable.
Maybe they got a nice voice. You just like
You gotta
got a
have
nice
some
voice.
physical
Uh,
attraction.
I
A
also
little
think
bit.
yeah.
that
at
like
least.
they become like more attractive
Yeah,
physically
that's what
after
I
you
think, too.
emotionally are there. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh wow.
Edge around them more.
Everything gets
yeah.
boosted.
Because you know you can't be around someone
Rocket launcher.
like it's your husband, and then one day you're like, dang, he just ugly as a mug. like,
He
like
just
I
ugly as a
really
mug.
married him, bro.
That's after you
Like,
drop everything else. You stop talking. That's
I was
when
like-
that happens.
Like you let it get to marriage before you said
bro,
that.
that'd be funny. Oh no, it wouldn't be.
Man,
funny.
did you realize you have 2 left feet? I never noticed that before.
Like
well,
actual
when
left
you,
feet.
like, stop,
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
stop talking to someone, they get ugly. I swear to God,
They do.
they get ugly. You be like, man, what was I thinking? They are so ugly. Okay, second question. What is a man/woman's responsibility in a relationship? I'd like to quote 50 Shades of... No.
Oh my god.
Oh, but you gotta have a picture. You gotta have a
Please
picture.
cut it out. I swear.
I'm cutting it out, don't worry.
Oh god.
No, leave it in for the jokes. Leave it in for the
I'd like to
jokes.
quote 50 Shades of Grey. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Okay. What is a woman's really? I need a little bit of time. Actually, I don't need that much time.
Okay.
We know that.
I actually don't know. So who wants to go first? Because, okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I've never been in an actual relationship. I've only talked to someone that went nowhere, and talked to another person that went nowhere.
You know what, Jade?
It just never goes past
I was
talking.
like, considering you said you haven't been in a relationship, we can assume that all talkings have gone nowhere.
Okay, actually, do we want to like address like who's been in a relationship and who's not?
Nah.
No.
I don't know.
leave
I
it.
have no idea.
Leave it a
Doesn't
question.
Okay.
Well, I didn't leave it. I haven't been in one, and I'm hosting,
Whoa.
which is funny. So I think that I'm not gonna go first on this. Let's talk to Kaylee.
All right. Well.
Are you ready or no? Because I can use some-
Okay, I was like, I can
I-
go first if you.
Well, sorry. Sorry.
Oh.
I can try again. I feel like I know that I'm young, so I don't feel completely qualified to answer that question at all. If that makes any sense. Like I don't know people.
What is Ricky's?
Like, I don't even know
what is
myself.
Ricky's
No, like
responsibility.
I hate you, Daddy.
Didn't we just say we weren't calling people while
The
they're in a
man's
relationship?
responsibility is
Oh.
to love.
I think. I mean, I don't want to say like one or the other. Like, I'm not gonna try and assert. Like, wait, what's the word? Determine like what is like a man's role in the relationship. I just don't feel like okay. It's like I barely know my role in a relationship. Like, what am I gonna? How am I gonna tell somebody else? But I think the ultimate like what you can put together is that you're both supposed to be a team. Honestly, just take care of each other. Like, that's really not that like complicated. I don't think. So.
So it was like responsibility in a relationship, right? Is that what?
Roles.
Role?
responsibility.
Okay, so responsibility.
Oh,
slash
yeah,
roles.
same, yeah.
Again, yeah. So I've talked to people like Jade, but I haven't really like actually like been boyfriend girlfriend or anything. So I have no experience, and so I have no idea what that even is. But I think there is per se a responsibility of both sides of not giving up at the first sign of trouble, because I feel like a lot of people break up or divorce because they can't like per se, I don't want to say talk it out, or they see trouble and they don't want to like talk it out or fix it or do anything or like figure out how it complements each other in a way, because I feel like a lot of things just get blown out of proportion sometimes, and like what I've seen is just like, wow, I know that was rough for both of y'all, and like but I think y'all could have made it through it, sort of thing. But I have nothing to say because I'm not in that sort of thing. And then I can never speak for a dude, like at all. Like I'm not a dude, so I don't. But I don't know. I like the feeling of being protected. Like I like knowing that I'm gonna be okay, sort of thing. So that's my one thing. But that varies very greatly from person to person. So
Yes, going off of Lauren, I feel pretty much the same, yeah. Like, I don't have any experience in that realm, so I have no idea, like, what it's like to be in a relationship with someone else or whatever. Because, I just haven't gotten to that point in my life, you feel me? So, so I have no, like, I can't really say anything about that, but I can say, like, the protection part. Like, if I were in a relationship, I would want to feel protected. Like imagine being the man in the relationship and you're a woman. Okay.
Like, are y'all?
No, I
also need to
feel
reform my statement too because I don't feel like I explain myself right with like the both like not leaving at the first time trial. I just mean like
I think we
sticking
get it,
to
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, like I believe that too. Like
That's what I got from it.
that's what I
Yeah.
got. Like the responsibility of each other is like to be together no matter what, like, and be able to go through challenges together and get through it or whatever.
A great
when
example is
life hits.
Elena and Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
thought you were
god,
starting
what a
with
great
Yeah, I
couple.
was like,
Wait a minute. I was like, Elena too.
Like, who?
But yeah, so I don't really have any, what's it called? But I don't want to feel like I can overpower you. You feel me? Like, some boys be like sissies. I swear to God. And I'm like, look at your brother.
You see, what we just learned is Jade be bullying everybody she talks to.
She manhandles them.
She fight them first to see if they can handle it.
Exactly.
You gotta survive. Move
Where's the
on.
boxing gloves?
This is why I've never made it past the talking stage because
There was no talk,
Yeah,
there was just
no
fighting.
talking. It was just fighting, and no one made it past. So once I find my dude, y'all better watch out, bro. We want Bentley, bro.
We got Amazon over here.
Yeah. But like the thing Lauren said, someone once told me it's when a relationship like ends or fails, it's nobody's fault. Like the two parties, it's nobody's fault, but it's both of their responsibility.
Yes, it's nobody's fault. It's the children's fault.
We talking about 4 children, Jade.
Sorry.
It's like at that point you are the children, so you just got.
But like man roles. I've seen like
Man
roles. Like, are we
Man
talking
roles.
like fat?
Yeah, I was
is that
gonna
what you're
say,
thinking?
I like just big rolls of like
like
bread.
the baby, like babies.
Oh, the freaking leg.
Or,
I showed you.
man responsibilities. Protection was something like I've seen or like I've watched videos or whatever. It's like protection's a big thing. Something I also noticed was decision making was kind of a big part of like videos or articles or whatever I've seen. And for like the woman's role, the biggest trait I noticed was support. Like man's supposed to be like head of the household or whatever,
Right.
makes decisions. Apparently in the Bible it says the man's supposed to take care of the children too. And then the woman, like,
They were cooking and cleaning too.
like yeah, and the dude that I watched, he said the woman's like pretty much responsibility is to support him and everything. So I was like, interesting. Yeah, and also it said that a man needs to love his woman, but a woman needs to respect her man.
This is true.
Like a man doesn't need love, he needs respect. So the example he gave was like when a woman like at church, for example, when like a woman respects the pastor more than her husband, that's a problem. That thing, you know what I mean? Like
Okay. I understand the respect part, but I also think love goes along.
oh yeah, but like a man feels love through the respect. That's basically what he was saying. Like and
That's
when
interesting.
like when he defined respect, he said respect is to hold in high regard, to speak highly of, and to praise. So like I feel like you do those things when you love someone, you know. So Kind of put that in the same like realm.
Oh, is that how you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Next is Ricky.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Stared at the camera too. She was,
You have 3, 2, 1. Okay, Ricky's not gonna go, so we're just gonna go straight through. I don't know what he's doing. I said Ricky 5
Ricky, you
seconds ago.
gonna go?
Yeah, I was about to speak right when she spoke.
Back to Ricky.
I can't speak if I get it wrong.
What was that? Rolls. Yes, that's what we're talking about.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, honestly, Kaylee pretty much said like
Right.
the teamwork part. Like I'm big on like, hey man, we're a team. We take care of the team.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's how I always look at it because my dad. The way I look at it is like my dad, how I would treat the person I'm with. It's like based on how my dad went to war with his buddies. Kind of like the team, right? You take care of the team, and like you're on because you're with the team for months on end without like anybody there with you. You're like behind enemy lines. It's kind of intense, but like you're behind enemy lines. You know, nobody's coming to save you. You got to get on your own. You take care of your person next to you. Kind of like that survival like mentality. Like take care of the people next to you. So that's how I grew up. So that's how I treat like pretty much everybody that I feel like I'm close with. So if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm definitely like gonna make sure I take care of you. So
For me, I'm gonna agree with Kaylee and Ricky. I feel like, see, like I understand that there's roles that like a man has and roles that a woman has, but I hate to like force the like kind of what Lauren says. Like I really have no right to tell like a guy what to do because I'm like I don't even know what I'm doing. So I feel like it's more of a team. Like as long as you fill in for the other person, I feel like you're fine. Not necessarily like, oh, you don't have this one trait, but I'm not about to put that trait out there. So, oh no, I guess we're screwed. Like I would say it's more of like,
fall apart now.
I guess it's falling apart. Yeah, I would say it's more of like a team thing. As long as you like fill in for what the other person lacks and like you help build each other up, I would say it would be fine. Because again, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So how am I going to tell you what you're supposed to be doing? I have no idea. Yeah. So like, I guess that would be like my thing, like more of like a team thing. I will say the one thing though that I do like is like he who cannot be named yelled at me about this is that I like feeling safe. So if I don't feel safe, I'm a run. So
it's like protection.
yeah, that's like, yeah. So like I guess like that'd be like my one thing that I would have to say would be like for my significant other, really yeah, like safety or protection. So here's my answer.
To say. You were about to say something.
there's this thing. You know how you mentioned respect, Troy?
Yeah.
So I think touching on that, I think
I thought you were going to say, like, touching. I was about to say, whoa, Ricky. PG, Ricky.
anyway, Troy, as I was saying,
PG podcast, Ricky.
as I was
I'm
saying, like
too
I
hot for
think
this,
if
bro.
you come from a place of genuine care for the other person, like all you'd want to do is like give to the other person and make sure they're okay. I think in the process of coming from that place, you'll gain respect from the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that.
Because my thing was like if I'm in a relationship, I have her respect over her, but you see like the interactions she may have with other people. If you notice that she respects someone more than you, that's when there can be that kind of conflict.
Also agreeing with teamwork. Go team.
I think everybody's kind of on the same page, it sounds like. To me. I mean, kind of. Anyways. Our next question is what is needed for a relationship to work? And I really don't have much experience on relationships. So, I
As
don't...
stated previously.
Yeah, as stated previously. So I would say that what is needed is probably communication. I feel like that's where a lot of relationships go wrong. It's usually because of communication and others, but a lot of times it is because that communication ain't getting there. a lot of times. Let me tell you this. Okay.
This
But yeah, I guess was needed for relationship work, like just if I were like thinking, I'd probably say like trust, communication, like also if you don't trust the person, like how that gonna work? Y'all sitting here not trusting each other. Like, dang, like I'm trying to connect with you, but I don't trust
Nobody
you.
got time for that.
Yeah, how that gonna work? That ain't gonna work. You gotta trust your partner. Okay.
by the way, Jade, you don't have to tell us every question. You don't have experience.
I was gonna say. I was just thinking,
Hey, man.
Caitlin. I was thinking about how you're not the host.
Listen, you know what? Jade's here for comedic relief.
Exactly. I was really thinking about how you're not the host and how you just talk.
I just had a note to
And
help
I didn't
you.
say to talk.
I just had a note.
Right. Time out for you. You skipped this question.
I hope
We could just probably edit it in.
No. We're gonna edit it.
It's like FYI, Jada did this in another podcast.
Yes,
I was
Oh.
looking at her as she had my phone
okay.
up.
I thought it came from you because that was the first name that popped up. I was like, okay, how did you
It
get a
did.
picture like that?
Moving on. Because I'm not in a relationship and I've never been in one. We're going to Kaylee.
I think you could make an
Sweating.
announcement at a time.
Okay, so honestly, I think there's only one thing needed for a relationship to work, and it's that you both want it to work. Like that's it. Because if you can do everything, you can go through all the motions, but if you ultimately don't want it to work for whatever reason, it's not going to happen. So, one thing, simple, easy, not that hard.
All right. Lauren.
I had an answer before that answer. But that answer overtakes it. I was gonna say like honesty, communication, and trust are like my three big things. But then again, like Jade, we in the same ballpark, so I got nothing to say. But yeah, communication is what I've seen a lot of things fall apart. Honesty, like in raw honesty, is just like saying what you feel, or else it's just gonna like stay inside and you can't do anything about it. And then trust, like, and I think that also comes from like wanting it and like caring about the person, understanding who they are. A lot of like, there's a lot of factors that go into trust, but I don't know, especially if like, I guess a lot of different people have different levels. Like some people are insecure about certain things, maybe because of the past. Let's say like a past partner cheated on them, and so now they're always worried about like if their next boyfriend or their next girlfriend will cheat on them. Having that trust is like a different realm that I don't understand, but like you two, like the two people would have to come to like figure out, okay, how do I gain that trust, sort of thing, or how do we move forward from this? So, and that goes with wanting it to work, sort of thing. So,
I feel like when you don't want it to work, it's probably because of like one of those three things. Like you don't trust them. You're not communicating. You're like, I just don't want this relationship to work. And it takes a while for people to actually like come to
Yeah, I don't think people think
yeah,
that that's
they're
what
like,
they think.
this is what I don't want this. But I feel like subconsciously you do think that.
Yeah.
But then you're like, no, I do want it. So I'm gonna try it.
But could you say that you get those same feelings when things start to go wrong, and you get the feeling to like just like run instead of working it out?
What do you mean? Like,
So it kind of like I don't want to. Was this more like a I don't want to be with you type mentality for that? Because like when things go wrong and you want it to work out, so you make it work. Is that the same mentality that you hit, pretty much?
I think so. Are you talking about like? Because to me, it's like I don't think anybody's ever gonna, or I don't know. But to me, I don't think most people are gonna outright say like, I don't want this to work. But the way they're like acting because of something they feel like because of a problem like communication, trust, or whatever, that's what it's gonna be anyway. Like you're not gonna try and make it work. You don't necessarily want it to work because you don't feel I guess, I don't know, secure or good in this area. Does that, like, am I making sense to you? Or, like, did that answer your question?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think yeah.
My fourth one, love. You need love. I forgot love. And I
the
think
business
that's
agreement.
the missing piece of your thing, like, because you can have all of that, but like love is the overarching thing. I feel like
is so confusing.
love is awful.
It's terrible.
It is the
Like,
best and worst
But
thing
I
ever.
hate movies, bro. They really just messed up my whole vision of love. It makes
feel
it
like you might
seem
wanna
like it's
stop
so
watching
good,
those.
but like my
Well,
rom-coms
well,
don't
rom-coms
be
are
ending up like that. bro.
rom-coms are not the thing you should be basing.
Yeah, don't base your life off of rom-coms. That just doesn't happen with any relationship, anything. Don't. Anyways, Bentley, is that like your answer? Or?
No, no, it's just a
Okay.
question based on
Yeah,
what
what
y'all
was
said.
your answer?
So I would say understanding, as in, I know that's something I saw was, it said that females often see like their man, not to like put it on females,
It's just kind of funny.
but like they put like see their man in like a higher light, like they have higher expectations. So I would say more of like being grounded, understanding that's a person, they have flaws. So when they don't, live up to your expectations, you're not disappointed. And then on the man side, since that's probably hit both,
Next podcast, the man side.
a whole podcast for it.
Yeah. With Jade as the host again.
I say
Jade
go
as the host
if
again.
you want relationship advice, watch Think Like a Man. Anyways.
But understanding females seem to be more emotional creatures.
Oh my! I know you didn't, bro.
Wow,
I know
that
you
wasn't
didn't,
even the
bro.
that wasn't even
I
a
know you
disrespectful light. Like females seem to be less fleshy, as in they don't care as much about like sex, for example.
Oh my god!
Is that something you're focused on?
Yes, but no. I hate Johnny hosting, bro.
Well, new developments.
Sorry. Anyways.
So when the guy's understanding,
So Jade is single.
he shouldn't necessarily he should understand, how she feels, and
Right.
shouldn't go as much towards the flesh.
Right. Yeah, I understand. That.
And kind of what Kaylee said, almost in disagreement. Like, I feel like sometimes things just don't work out. Like you can still have love for the person in a way that he who shall not be named said that he loves like us, like he loves his wife, but without the intimacy. So I feel like the love is like can still be there. It's just maybe two people just aren't compatible,
Or you always know, like, where they're like the two people met each other at the wrong time.
I don't know that,
You
Jada.
never heard of that?
No.
They just met at the wrong time.
Why are you so angry?
You repeated it like I was dumb.
Anybody
They just
ever
met at the
say that
wrong
you've
time.
never
Like, he
heard
doesn't
of
know,
Jade,
I guess.
he doesn't understand
Anybody.
what you're saying. You
I'm
gotta
not even
explain.
gonna. I'm
I
not
know
even
what she's
gonna,
talking about,
bro.
but you don't. So that's the thing.
They
you
just
need to
met at the
explain it.
wrong
You're
time.
so
But-
slow, bro.
Yeah, so I
I'm
see what you're
really
talking
fast on
about.
track.
Sorry.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Troy. Me too.
Johnny, can we just let someone finish a sentence?
I let him, and then I was like, "That was stupid." No, I'm just kidding.
Like, wow.
Okay, but do you
Noodle
have
up.
anything else to say?
Nah, I think that's it, Jade.
Okay.
Okay, Ricky.
What was the question?
Exactly.
It's what
Good question, Ricky. Good question. What was
what
the
is
question?
needed for a relationship to work.
I almost forgot when I was answering.
I mean, I don't know. Well, it's like, okay, I do know, but like I don't know what words to say.
What's going on in the corner over here?
You're like having a thing.
They
Ding dong.
talking shit. No, I'm just kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I do see where you're coming from, Troy. Like that kind of perspective. on things. But I guess like the way I think right now is the same with Kaylee. It's kind of like
Right. Okay.
you
Bro, you.
like you all that like stuff that you're like iffy about or not sure about, you get it out before you start dating. So you know you want to like be with that person longer afterwards. So you don't need to rush the title like status like we're this now, right? Like there's no need to rush that. We can just like be friends for a while and then like feel it out. I get to know you more, you get to know me, and then it's like, hey, you just want to nothing has to change, but it's like we can just be something more. And then I'm like, yeah, cool. So kind of, and if you get to that point, I feel like the part of like if you trying to make it work is gonna work out. It's not gonna be like you're. It's not like it's futile. Like you're just wasting your time because it's not compatible. Because like I feel like you got that out earlier. So like if you try to work it out now, it's gonna work out.
I feel like too though, a
Okay.
lot of that stuff isn't gonna come up unless you're in a relationship.
Yes, I was
Like
gonna
you're
say.
not gonna know some things until you're there. You're like, oh dang, I didn't know this.
And it's like if you meet somebody, I feel, and you decide you want to date them or whatever, you're automatically gonna be more in that kind of realm. So that like you in the relationship is gonna be you pretty much feeling it out. I feel like the feeling it out is before you get to marriage almost.
And also, I think people evolve, like, as
Yeah.
a lot. Like, as they grow up, as they get older, like, you're never the same person as you are before. Like, this whole group in the past 6 months has changed. But it's the fact that we've, I think, grown together, and that can also happen in a relationship, that we've, like, been all right with that. But sometimes people just grow, and instead of growing together, they grow apart. And so I do get what you're saying, where, like, yeah, they should be compatible before they get together. But there are a lot of things that happen during something, a friendship, a relationship. A lot of friendships I used to love in the beginning, we just grew apart, and there was nothing wrong with me or them. It was like a mutual, like, hey, we just can't do this anymore, sort of thing. So
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Everybody, it's funny. Everybody I've ever talked to, they always say that. They're just like they're just like, hey man, I know things are good for you, but just so you know. I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah, I just like everybody's looking at it from the negative side. I'm more optimistic.
because you're Rick. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's
Like,
glad
that's-
to hear that opinion.
Yeah,
though.
that's the
It's
thing.
nice.
Like, I understand like siding on that side, and yeah, and it happens. It happens. You like accept it and move on. But I'm gonna try my damn best.
To me, it's like nobody truly understands the gravity of the situation when you say you want to be in a relationship with somebody. Like, if you're really willing to go in for the long haul, like, you're saying that you're willing to accept somebody for who they're going to become for the rest of their life or whenever. It's just like for an indefinite amount of time, like a future that you can't really see the end of, like a horizon line, basically. Just like that's a lot. Like, that's a big thing that you're saying. It's like, but I don't know. Subconsciously, that's what you're saying anyway. I feel like if you want to be in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah, no one gets in a relationship to plan on breaking up.
As I said before, I was talking about the whole like, as long as you fill in for the other person, like what they're lacking, you should be fine. So I feel like that you need to have that in order for the relationship to work. Because if you can't fill in for what the other person needs or what they want, it's not going to work out. Because, yeah, it could be like a little small thing, and it's going to start building up until you hit that point where you're like, gosh, dang it. And then I feel like then you kind of fall into the realm of what Kaylee was talking about, where kind of like you don't want it to work, and then the person can see it like through your actions, I guess. Because then at that point, because then you're like, well, I'm not getting the thing. This ain't going to work out. But, like, yeah, I feel like you have to have that team effort between both people in order for it to work out. Because if that doesn't happen, it's not going to work. Like, the compatibility just isn't going to be there if you can't fill in for what the other person needs.
I like that.
Thank you. Mic drop.
Last
it out,
question.
cut it out.
How do outside forces affect a relationship?
how outside forces can affect a relationship. Well, I think that's how you get to be like 50 years into your marriage and you only argue about the dog and that you hate your kids
Money.
and you need to send them to school and that the bills are too much and that why are you eating this and how come you never do the dishes and blah
then
blah
they
blah
get
blah.
divorced at 50.
Yes, that's what that is. It's outside forces somehow weed their way into your heart because you think like not I don't want to say think as if it's like a judging thing, but the life gets in the way and you start to believe that it's more important than what's actually important.
I feel like outside forces, like, they, like, test your relationship for real. Because, like, how y'all work together. And all the problems are outside forces. Like, almost every problem that comes up is because of a lot of problems are because of outside forces.
Or it starts like internally, like the way you
Yeah.
are is how you affect or how you react to
I feel
outside
like-
forces.
I feel like
therefore.
you'll pick on you'll start picking on the outside forces. Like, if you start feeling a certain way, like, I'm really not feeling this relationship, you start finding outside forces and you're like, you're not doing this, and blah, 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 and this was too high, the bills were too high, and all.
Yeah.
And it just snowball effects.
Yeah.
And then you get divorced, and then you have kids. You know what happens
You have
to
kids
those
after the divorce.
Yeah. You have kids, you get divorced, the kids are emotionally abused. And no,
I feel like Kaylee and Jade are both calling people out,
I'm
and we need to
not
calm
speaking
down
from
for 2
experience or
seconds.
anything.
I'm not speaking
Not that I
from
would know anything about
experience
that.
or anything.
Arr.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Who's next?
I think that outside forces affect you based on like internal things per se, because maybe money isn't a big issue for you and your partner, so money's never an issue. But if money is an issue for one partner and not the other, then that becomes an outside force. Maybe you don't mind having like a really neat house or a really dirty house or whatever, and as long as both people internally are okay with that, like truly okay, then there will be no outside force that really, I don't know, it won't take as big of an impact, in my opinion, if it's like your internal affects what outside force affects you. And so outside forces definitely affect the relationship, good and bad. It's like a roller coaster, honestly. If something's good, it's really good, and if something's bad, it's really bad. But I think outside forces are just so crazy to me. There's so much going on there that I don't have a good answer, to be honest. I just know that it's usually affected by what you are internally and how you react to that outside force. So.
Does that mean I'm next? Yeah, you finishing?
I think, I'm refining what I'm saying is like, I think an outside force is basically anything you can't necessarily control. That's why I choose kids as an outside force, or I think of them as an outside force. Because, like, you can choose to have a kid, but now you can no longer choose that the kid is present in your life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like the kid is there now. It's not like, oh, you can't get rid of a kid. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's offing kids around here, I hope.
UTK. Shout out to mine.
Walter White. No, I'm kidding. But like stuff like that is what I mean. Like obviously, I feel like obviously coronavirus or something would be an outside force. You can't really control that. Like once you choose something, the consequences of it are now an outside force. I feel like it's like you choose to have kids. The consequences are kid. Not that kids are, you know, anything or just consequences, but like that's an outside force now.
I just can't believe, like, we're all, like, sitting here. We talk about relationships, bro. And we're going to look back at this and be like, how stupid.
Bro, I'm
Were
looking
we?
forward to that.
Because we're
moment.
going to be, like, in, like, marriages. Like, what in the world were we going through what we're talking
so
about?
goddamn
It's gonna be
dumb.
some wholesome stuff.
Like, I
though.
hate
It's
this
gonna be
child.
so wholesome
content.
Wholesome
If there's
memories.
anything for this is development. Okay, you can think
Future
of us
Ricky,
however
never
you want
give up
now.
on Slick Rick. I still believe in you.
All the older, like,
Never
the
give up.
adults watching this are going to be like, man, those kids are in for a treat.
I was about to say, I was like, any kind of adult listening
Ricky,
to this
I
is
love
gonna be
you.
like,
Keep
what
fighting,
the
buddy.
hell?
After me.
Literally, we have no right. This is just a younger perspective
just
on
like
what
a-
love is and like
that's
what a
what it is,
relationship works. And then we can go 10 years from now as an older or like a middle age, you know? It's going to be a good time.
We can
Catch
have this
up on sports,
conversation.
a campfire talk every years later.
I know we can have this conversation every like 10 years. Just like so now, different perspective.
I've never like, cause I've seen love like mess some people up, but I've never experienced anything that strong with someone. But I've seen people have strong relationships and then just fall off like crazy. Like people, you're like, dang, they look like they finna last, and then they just don't. Anyways, Ricky, your turn. Oh, Bentley.
Troy, did you?
No,
Oh, I didn't know
else to
you
say?
did.
I'll go, yeah. So my mentality create this question was,
Bro, I
And-
made this question.
you did actually. This was your
Yeah.
question. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Oh, you guys collabed?
Yeah, I asked her and like,
Collab, let's
yeah,
roll
she
a
said that, and I
collab.
was like, yo, that's a good question. But I guess like when I heard it, my mentality was thinking more of us as a stand, like us as in like younger adults, as in like you may be in high school or whatever. You still have your parents in your life and everything, and you hear stuff from them. Like you may hear like disagreement with your parents, depending on if you're like a celebrity or not. You may hear a lot of stuff on social media, so that negativity that feeds through, or positivity, such as if we talk to he who shall not be named, he may help us in a situation. So I guess I was thinking more that standpoint. And I agree with like or I think it's what you said, as in, as long as you both are like in agreement, like it'll work out, you know? But yeah, I feel like too much negativity could cause negative effects. As long as you have a good support system, you Gucci.
So what was it? I kind of just as to touch base on like the kids being an outside or inside force. I think they're an outside force because that's like a different dynamic. If they were like away or like they're not in, for example, like they're not in your presence. Kind of like you have if two like you leave the kids and do their stuff, right? They're alone, and then it's just you and your partner. You have your dynamic at that time, and at that point they are like an outside, and then you get the dynamic when they're all together. So I do believe like if you're just talking about just the two persons, like their dynamic, they are outside force. But honestly, like the outside force part, it's very simple to me. It don't matter. That's that stuff. That's nothing to do with us. And if they're starting to affect like us, we're a team. So we're gonna deal with it together. We're gonna get over it. Like it's not really that hard to me. Like it's just like you guys talk about money. It's like, okay, we're short on money. Let's figure out a plan and get money. Just like, yeah, if something is coming up that's affecting us, let's create a plan and then deal with it. But ultimately, it doesn't matter because we're just worrying about us. That don't that just keep over there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
on that, one thing I would say is for kids, the reason why I don't see them necessarily as an outside force is because to me it's like once you decide you want a kid or whatever and you have that kid, like it's the family is like different. Like the whole, like at that point the relationship changes anyway because you have responsibility with the relationship. You have responsibility in the relationship and as parents. So I kind of put that all as in like one entity instead of like kind of making it separate from, husband and wife.
I feel like the kids would be an inside force but become an outside force once they move out.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
because an
once
inside
you're-
force, like they have to depend on you. Like yeah, it does bring a different dynamic, and like I guess it could still be an outside force, but I feel like they're definitely an outside force once they've moved out.
Yeah.
Some
Like-
couples fall apart after because they've raised their kids
They're
for
t-
like
they're in a-
multiple years and then they
yeah.
don't even know each other by the time they're done raising their children.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know some people I talk to. They're married and they haven't separated because they have kids. That's the only reason why they
Oh
go.
yeah,
Just so the kids can grow up and move out of the house. Once they're done, they're like, whoosh.
yeah. Some
I'm
people
like, dang.
just stay together for the kids.
Yeah. which is, you know, that's a tough sacrifice because you want the
It
kids
is
to feel
tough.
normal, but I feel like there'd be an undertone of like all this issues that the kids can sense because they're not dumb. They
Yeah, I
can
was
feel
like-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids know.
Yeah, they're not stupid. But yeah, I guess I kind of looked at it from what Isabel mentioned. Thank you for mentioning that. It's like they moved out already, kind of like that kind of perspective.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I didn't really take in consideration like nurturing them up to that point where they move out. I guess like that was always going to happen, but I guess it's like, yeah, that's like, you know, I'll leave them alone to do their own thing. You know, what they decide to do. You know, they need some alone time to kind of like know what they want or whatever, decide what they want to do.
Yeah. I feel like as a kid, it's like you want your parents to be together, but you don't want them to fake be together.
Yeah,
For the sake of you. You want them both to be happy. So when they're together for the sake of you, it's like it feels fake all the time because they like low-key hate each other, but they're trying not to hate each other in front of you. So they're arguing on the low, doing stuff on the low, and you're like, bro.
And
That's what I have to say about that part.
and then on the don't worry about it kind of idea, I don't disagree with you. I'm more of the mindset of we're still young and developing. So as we develop, we may not recognize a negative force as a negative force. Like let's say you come to someone you trust and ask for advice. Their answer might not seem negative, but as you look back and you start to understand that wasn't the right answer. That was, which I think is a part of growth itself, but yeah, kind of like I said, like if you ask me for advice, I don't see you ask me too much for advice, and I say something wrong, or let's say I had malicious intent, I may try to mask it and make it seem, good or right. So it would change maybe your understanding or how it might affect like underneath subconsciously than it would necessarily directly.
Are you like making yourself the outside force? Is that what you're doing? Like,
In this situation,
situation,
yes,
you're
yeah.
making yourself the outside force,
Yeah.
trying to like manipulate something to like.
Yeah, because you see me as, a good friend or whatever. So I seem like I'm trying to help you, but like underneath, it's something else.
Okay, so you're taking advantage of the situation by manipulating it.
Yeah, or like your parents might do that in the same situation.
Right. Yeah, I think that just ties back to honesty, like, and being open and loyal to the other person. If that happens, like you ask for advice and the other person's trying to manipulate it, I feel like you've talked to multiple people about it, and then you'll get different perspectives, not just the one friend that, hey, I'm just going based on his thing, So I think you'll be able to figure it out on your own, and yeah, that is a good point though. Like somebody trying to take advantage of you at that situation. But yeah, I think the thing is like the thing with like asking advice. I only ask advice if I see the other person do what I think is good. So if you're not in a relationship, I'm not going to ask you about a relationship. If your relationship's not good, I'm not going to ask you about a relationship. If your relationship is one of loyalty, trust, and love and all that stuff, and I see it and it's present, it's not fake, it's not fabricated, I'm going to ask you for advice. I'm not going to, if you're single, no offense, I'm not going to ask.
I'm not asking the
I'm not-
baker how to shoot a gun.
Exactly. It's like I wouldn't go there in the first place for advice.
It's gonna be funny to not.
Everybody here goes to he who cannot be named.
Yeah.
And
I don't, but
his
yeah.
wife who cannot be named.
But yeah, I think that's what I would do in that situation. If there was an issue and I needed advice, I'd go to somebody that I'd see I like their relationship. So I'd ask them for advice. I wouldn't ask somebody else.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but
Can y'all stop?
before all of that, before asking advice and stuff like that, like it doesn't. Like I said, I have the kind of like it doesn't matter. It's gonna work out. I'm optimistic about everything. So like, or it's gonna work out. It's fine. Don't need to worry. It's all good. It is what it is.
Look,
But,
it's
yeah,
getting
that's
late.
Pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah. All right, Isabel, it's your turn.
It's my turn, finally. Do outside forces affect a relationship?
How
Right.
do they affect?
How do they?
How do outside forces affect?
Well, I'm gonna start with if they do, because Ricky said no.
He said no.
Well, I mean, I'm just
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay.
an
go
answer
ahead.
to
Yeah,
his
that's
thing.
pretty much, if you want to be general, that's pretty much what I said.
Because I understand the whole optimism of like, oh no, like we working together, we getting through it. But then again, I think it comes back to that if you want to get through it. Because like, yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, you both work together to get over it. But realistically, people are terrible. Not to be pessimistic or anything, but like, I feel like because we're all human and we all have our own problems, that outside forces will play a part. Kind of what Lauren said. If you both agree on the thing, then yeah, like you'll be fine. You'll get through it. But if you disagree and you can't reach a compromise that I guess like helps both of you, then it's not going to work out. Those outside forces are eventually going to break down their relationship. So unless you can find a way like to compromise or to, I guess, make the problem like go away or whatever, then I feel like outside forces are definitely going to affect it. Kind of what Kaylee was saying. All those little things are going to keep building up until eventually it just kind of like piles over and you kind of explode, I guess.
I guess like the reason why like I'm more optimistic about that kind of stuff, it's like I like things to be in harmony. Like I don't like things to be in conflicts with each other. I like everybody to get along.
The Samaritan here.
just get along.
So the compromising part, I'd make sure we'd reach an agreement somehow. Like it's gonna happen. Like it's like I feel like if you're that far, like it's not too much to do something like that. Like says, I don't want a dog. It's like I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, but they wanted a dog, and they don't walk the dog, or like I walk the dog or something like that. I said his name. Please cut that out.
Yeah,
But it's like, yeah, it's like, but he does it for them, kind of deal. That's kind of like, that's why. Yeah, that's. I don't know why I'm so optimistic, but like I'm just highly optimistic.
I know, like,
But it's not a bad thing
Yeah.
yet. But like, you say like, yeah, we're gonna come up with a compromise. What if the other person doesn't want to compromise? Like, you can't give up what you want every single time because they don't want to, like, make the compromise with you. So if they're like very like, no, I'm not changing this. This is how I feel about it. Not changing.
Yeah.
Like,
so they're
what
stuck
do you-
in their ways, just
Yeah.
like stoned.
Like what? Like, because I think again, it's great that you want to like be positive and make a compromise about it. But again, some people are terrible. Like, if they don't want to compromise, if they don't want to help find an agreement with you, like you say, oh yeah, like I'm gonna make the sacrifice for them. Like, I understand making a sacrifice, but if you have to sacrifice over like every little thing,
Well,
because then
yeah.
you're not getting what you want, then what?
Right, and I would make sure I wouldn't like date somebody that's not like that. Like it goes back to kind of like what you look and what's attractive. You know what I mean in a person. It's like, hey, she's really compromising. Like she's easy to get along with. She's willing to like sacrifice herself for other people and be selfless. I'm like, I like that. That's cool.
They're not selfish, because selfish people are so annoying. All right, I'm ending this podcast. And watch our podcast last week, like I said in the beginning. Things you should take from this podcast is that I am not in a relationship.
Please take it.
And we're
Take it
young.
so it doesn't come back.
We're
Take it with
young.
you.
We're
Take
dumb.
it from us.
And we're not dumb. We're young. That's it.
Last disclaimer: don't listen to us
Yeah.
for relationship
no
advice.
advice
Yeah.
given here.
Thank you for watching. If you watched it, remember, this is not an advice podcast. Don't take anything from this. Don't use this to go to a relationship. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you like, comment your opinion. Hit that subscribe button. Ricky, hit that subscribe button. Remember that all men are and women are powerful. See you guys next
I think
week.
we all suck.
Goodbye.
Bleep that part out. Bye.